differentiate here that with main root or the root hairs. You will see that are roots look like and fibrous fibrous in nature, and they're like a brush. You can see here the brush like structure will be seen below the stem, and that type of root system is known as fibrous root system. Example are wheat, rice, and cereal crops. Spreading type, they are all shallow and spreading type. Examples are cereal crops and wheat, rice. I hope you understand what is a taproot and fibrous root system. Next one is classification of field crops based on CO2 fixation. Before that, we will see based on climate also. Let us see one by one what is it. Before understanding this classification, let me give you example. Here, you might have heard that apples are only grown in few regions in our country, be it your Jammu Kashmir, Himachal, Uttarakhand. Only there you will find the production of good production of apples. Why so? Because apples require that kind of climatic condition. Students, so what is climate? Basically, it is a average of all weather phenomena of a particular region that can accumulated is called for 30 years. That means in simple language, the general environment condition, the general climatic condition of a particular region is climate. Like for example, there are few places which have snowfall. That is climatic condition. There are some regions which have desert. There is scarcity of water. That is the other climatic condition. There are some regions where tropical zones are another climatic condition. The temperature environment is different in this region, and hence they have different climate of climatic condition. So apples are only grown in the area where they have very low temperature, cool condition or chilling temperature. Apples are basically produced in the rose region where which have the winter or which have harsh winter or which have snowfall, because that is the requirement of apple fruit setting. So you can know from here that each crop cannot be grown in each climatic condition. There is a particular climatic condition requirement as well. So now we are talking about field crops. We are, we are talking about agronomy. The classification is based on climate of the region again, and we have three type of climatic conditions, that is temperate, tropical, subtropical. Accordingly, the crop that is grown in this climatic condition that can be produced in this climatic condition, they are called temperate zone crop, tropical zone crops, and subtropical zone crops. So temperate crops are basically like apple, which can survive hardy winter conditions, which tolerate a chilling temperature. All those are temperate zone crops. In specific, in field crops, we will talk about wheat, oat, rye are examples. Next we have is tropical zone crops. Tropical zone crops are basically crops which grow where where no frost condition. These crops does not withstand frost condition. So example here is rice, sugarcane, mango, pineapple. These are tropical zone crops. Next is subtropical crops. Here these are in between temperate and tropical. There's a moderate climatic condition. In these crops can withstand a little bit of winter and little bit of some harsh summer. So these are all called subtropical crops. Like citrus, date, fig, pomegranate are examples of subtropical zone crop. So with that, we have successfully completed the classifications of based on climate, based on nutrient uptake. Let's see that. First of all, let me tell you what is meaning of nutrient uptake. In which context the classification has been made. Crop require nutrient for their growth and development, and this nutrients that is required for growth is taken by crops from the soil. So soil becomes this source of nutrient and taken in roots. Okay, taken absorbed by roots. There are few crops which have its ability to restore the fertility of the soil. That is called restorative crops. We have already discussed that legumes have this capability of have the capability to fix the atmospheric nitrogen to the soil, and this type of crop is called restorative crops. This is taking the nutrient from the soil simultaneously it will replacing it into the soil again. What is the work here? Which kind of crop is legume can be called as restorative crop because of restoring the nutrient back to the soil. Now, based on this only, crops has been divided as restorative crops and exhaustive crops. There are few crops that draws nutrient from the soil and do not contribute in returning that nutrient back to the soil, and these crops are called as exhaustive crops. Clear? I hope what is meaning of restorative crops and exhaustive crops is clearly understood. Restorative crops means basically that return nutrient to the organic matter back to the soil. Examples are legumes, alfalfa. Exhaustive crops, on other hand, what they do, they just feed heavily on the soil and depletes nutrient on the soil and do not contribute to this replacement. Example here is tobacco, sorghum, and sunflower. All the cereals are examples of exhaustive crops. Clear? I hope you now it's clear that